The difference between Primal and other gyms would be the fact that most of our members are in and around 40 years old. Now this in itself presents some problems. We've all got shit to do that can affect our ability to find the time to train. We've all got businesses, work, families, but the reality is, unless we actually do find that time, we're going to be the ones to suffer. And a consequence of that is our families, our relationships, and our life suffers also. What I deal with a lot in Primal are guys and girls who don't even realise it, but they're making excuses for not turning up to training sessions. And I have full-blown arguments with some of my members when they give me this crap excuse, the kids or their partners working, and when you go deeper and deeper and start talking to them, there's always time to find training. It's just that there's things happening in their lives that they don't even realise are happening that's preventing them from actually taking the steps required. And the madness about all of this is they know and I know that they don't like their bodies, and it's causing them a lot of anguish and mental pain on a daily basis. But because it's become normal, that they're comfortable with it, and taking the steps required is uncomfortable, an internal battle going with their conscious and subconscious mind about what to do and what they shouldn't do. And usually you'll find it's the subconscious mind that wins, because the subconscious mind is what controls the habits. So in order for us to succeed, we need to ensure that we take some deliberate action to make sure that we can attend the sessions we need. We have the food available to eat, sure that the habits that we have created are no longer going to affect our lives and control it. Now I've come up with this very simple solution. I call it the success triangle. So if you can hit these 3 points, then you will find your success rate will increase massively. So this is my success triangle. 3 points: motivation, self-discipline, and consistency. If we can get these 3 things in control and implement them in our lives, you will find massive success follows. Okay, so we all know you hear how you look and feel, and if we don't address them, next year is going to be a repeat of the last 10 years, except you're going to get worse. You're going to put on more weight, you're going to be training less, and you're going to be putting on more weight, and that's going to create you looking and feeling worse than you are today. Motivation, it's coming to January. Everyone knows what happens in January. The New Year's resolution is going to kick in, you've got over the depression of the Christmas holidays being over, and you're ready to get started. The perfect time for you to implement this triangle. We've got a finite amount of time for motivation to be successful. Motivation is a finite thing. It is not going to last forever. When motivation is high, we've got to take steps to start implementing some habits that are going to create self-discipline. So we go from motivation to self-discipline. From the time motivation wanes and self-discipline kicks in, it's going to be different for everyone. We've all got a different timeline, so it's going to be individual. But usually, if you haven't created self-discipline in those 6 weeks, the chances are you're going to fail. From self-discipline, creating the habits we need to succeed is going to equal consistency. If we're consistent with those habits, and habits mean eating, sleeping, drinking water, training, if we can get consistent with those habits, we're going to get results. And results equal more motivation. And for more motivation, we need less time, and we create more good habits, and that equals the more consistency, and that equals the more motivation because we get better results. And this means that the more self-discipline we create, the more consistent we are, the more motivation we have, and the less time we need to spend on building these, because the habits are already there, and all we're doing is ingraining them and reproducing them over and over again. For self-discipline, here's the problem for most of you. You come in with this idea of you're going to do this year's going to be a success, and you know you're serious about it, and you genuinely believe this, but you don't implement anything, you don't write anything down, you just keep it in your head, and then life happens and you forget about it. You gotta write down your goals. What are your goals for the year? Your year goal is going to be this. Your 6-month goal is going to be this. Your 12-week goal is going to be this. 6-week goal is going to be this. Your 6-week goal has got to be congruent with the 12-week, which has got to be congruent with the 6-month, which has got to be congruent with the 12-month. So we're taking small steps. We know the big goal, but we're not focused on the big goal yet. We're going to focus on the 6-week goal, because the 6-week goal is within our grasp. It's easy to do, but we know that when we achieve the 6-week goal, the next one we're going to focus on is the 12-week goal. And because we're already halfway to the 12-week goal, it's not that big a leap. And when we reach our 12-week goal, we look towards the 6-month goal. And we know we can achieve the 6-month goal because we've already done 3 months, and we know we've only got another 3 months to go before we reach that. And then by the time we reach the 6-month goal, we're ready there. We know it, we can taste it, we can see the change happening, everyone's commenting about our change, and we're driven towards getting that 12-month goal. So how do you do that? Self-discipline means blocking off time. Commit to 3 days a week. Let's take Monday, Wednesday, Friday. In your diary, you're going to block off time for each day, and you are not going to let anything get in that way. Don't be picking a 5 o'clock session if you know you're going to struggle to get home from work, or the kids need picked up. Pick a time that you know 90% of the time you're free, and you're going to put that in your diary. And if your partner works shift, you're going to have to choose different times based on the rota that you have to work off. You commit to it, you tell people about it, you write it on Facebook. The more people know about it, the more likely you are to commit to doing this. Be selfish for the good of your family. So many people have difficulty saying no to others, and then what happens, because they don't say no, they say no to themselves. And if you say no to yourselves, you end up in the cycle you've been in for the last 10 years, putting on more weight, feeling like shit, always finding an excuse, always finding a justification for not doing it, it's all bullshit. Everything you're telling yourself is a story, and that story, the narrative running through it, is telling you you cannot succeed. And until you break that narrative, you're not going to succeed. And finally, the C is consistency. You need to accept that you did not get in the shape you're in 12 weeks. So focusing on this bullshit fitness industry facade of 12-week physique is not going to fucking work. You've got to shift your thinking to this being a lifestyle change, something that you're going to do on a weekly basis for the rest of your life. It shouldn't be seen as a chore. It shouldn't be seen as anything other than helping you and making you feel better, look better, move better. As I said, guys, build a bit, lose a bit, get a bit. And that's why the goal setting is important. If you don't set those goals, you're going to lose track. So what steps can you take to change this? And what steps have you taken in the past that have been unsuccessful? For most people, they're joining a global gym. They're going to go to the classes, they're going to go and do their own workouts, and usually within a few weeks, they're going to stop going. There's no one there to hold them accountable. How do you change it? Stop doing what you've been doing in the past and do something different. Take our 6-week challenge. In January, the 6-week Superdance Strength Project is starting again, and the difference between the global gyms and what we do is that you're not going to be doing it alone. The minute you join Primal, you're in a network of people who are like-minded and going through the exact same thing as you. You've got access to myself, Gareth and Lewis. Between the three of us, we help each individual member achieve their goals the best possible way. We hold you accountable. You're not turning up, you're going to get a phone call from me. You start making excuses, I'm going to call you out on your shit. I'm not going to stand there and let you talk crap to me and talk shit to yourself. Because what I find happens is most people come into the gym and they haven't been here for a while and they know I'm going to call them out. And they're already making stories. You don't understand what's like, my partner works shift work. I don't care. The kids need to be picked up. I don't care. This goes back to what you want, how you feel. Unless you get healthy, unless you lose this weight, the chances are you're not going to be around to see your kids grow up in the next 10, 20 years. This is a reality of guys in their 40s. Bad eating habits, lack of training, lack of motivation, sedentary lifestyles are slowly killing us. So the bullshit stories you're telling me why you can't turn up are just holding you back. Instead, what people should become, where have you been? Do you know something, Paul? I was a lazy fucker. You've owned your own shit. You now know what you've got to do, and you've come to these conclusions by yourself through knowing someone's going to hold you accountable. That's what accountability is. Accountability means someone's there to stop you falling prey to your own bullshit. We're all susceptible to it. We all focus on problems instead of finding solutions.